Hey YouTube, it's time for another VR. This time we are doing the Tarot Tube tag, which was started by Inspiring Alien Creations. And I think I've answered some of these before, but it's always fun for a refresher. So, by the way, I haven't watched anyone else's of these yet. As I mentioned in a previous video, things have been kind of and I was sick for a bit, so if anybody actually tagged me on this, hey, I'm doing it. And if nobody tagged me on this, then that doesn't matter, I'm doing it anyway. Alright, let's get started. Number one, what made you start tarot YouTubing? Well, I started my YouTube channel last summer, so it's been a little over a year. And I had been into tarot and astrology for a bit. I was more interested in talking about those topics, although also other topics. This channel is only about half tarot. But I wanted to talk about a range of topics, and I felt like I was in some ways like outgrowing the blogs that had written on for like 10 years at that point. I had a really strong brand around trans and queer stuff and kind of activism or like political, social justice oriented stuff, and I'm still very passionate about that. But I decided to take a step back and not like try to have my voice be highlighted in that space as much. And I wanted to try another medium. I thought for a while about having a podcast. I decided it was just way too much work, especially being hard of hearing to do the audio editing and get all the equipment and all that stuff. But I have this Pixel that I'm recording on, and it's got a good camera. I know that my videos are not the highest quality, but like the good camera helps. Got a cheap tripod and was like, yeah, let's do this. And I really like watching YouTube, so yeah, that's why I started a YouTube channel, and I wanted to have a lot of tarot content because I wanted to be involved in the community. I wanted to be able to talk about things I was really excited about. So there you go. Two, what is the tarot scene like in your area? I don't think there's much of one. There are definitely a few of us. I know a few people in the area. I'm terrible with socializing, to be honest. So like I don't sorry Julie, I'm going to DM you, I swear to God, but I'm just really bad at making plans. Sometimes when I make plans, I keep them, but I'm bad at actually making them. And so, I've only met up with one person in the area around tarot. We don't have good metaphysical stores, really. There's one in Alexandria, but that's pretty far from me. I'm on the Maryland side of the DC area. So yeah, if there is a thriving tarot scene, I sure don't know about it. I don't think there is. And number three, name an overrated deck and an underrated deck. It's hard to say overrated because I don't think tarot is the kind of thing where you can be like, hot take, like this is fact, this is bad deck, right? No. There is one I could say though. I might get into trouble. I'm gonna do it. So I think, I don't know how highly it's rated, and I've actually noticed more and more negative stuff around it. I don't want to start shit or anything, but I will say that I think to the extent that it is rated highly, I think the El Goliath is overrated. The art is amazing. The art is beautiful. I don't want to discount that, but from the research I've done and what I've been able to find about the creator, I just have a very strong sense of cultural appropriation in that deck, and it's uncomfortable to me, and some of the cards are uncomfortable to me, and the lack of response from the creator makes it kind of hard for me to think otherwise. So when I see people like raving and really excited about the deck, it hits a chord, because I just kind of wonder, like, are folks aware of where the imagery comes from? Like with anything with cultural appropriation, I think it's important to be aware of it. So I would say that. Or I would also maybe say the Pagan Otherworlds is one where I just don't get the hype. Like, the cardstock's beautiful. I've held it in my hands, but I just don't know why people are so excited about it. I don't tend to like kind of older feeling imagery as much, though. So I think it's just a taste thing, and that's totally fine. 4, tarot in one word. Spark. Yeah, Spark. It's the Ace of Wands. There you go. 5, name 3 small tarot YouTube channels. I did actually a video on this, so I'm going to refer you to that video because I always forget who's small and who's not, so I honestly will get it wrong. I will say 3 that I think are small. So I always plug Cat, because I adore Cat. Hypatia Tarot. So good. So awesome. So queer. So Canada. so nature. Very thoughtful channel. I recently have gotten into the Boy Diviner. Somebody I didn't know about for a long time and really enjoy. Who else do I know for sure is small? I'm like, not that person, not that person, not that person. Oh. I don't know if I can think of a third. So yeah, please just check out that. I know I found some and I confirmed that they were on the small side, so check that out. Maybe Heather Carter is like on the verge of small. I'll say Heather Carter. 6. Your favorite type of tarot video? I guess it depends on what I'm looking for. I would say that I really enjoy walkthroughs if I need a walkthrough. I tend to like things in general that are fairly concise, thoughtful. I would say my favorite kind is just any kind of video where somebody is like, has a new take or an interesting take or something really kind of specific on the cards, like kind of intermediate level stuff. People are talking about a specific card combination or like an interesting interpretation, interesting art, example of a card, stuff like that. I can really get into. I just don't have a lot of attention span, so when it's longer than 10-15 minutes, I just start to... I also watch everything on YouTube at 1.25 speed, which you may think is strange because of my hearing, but I have captions, so it's fine. But sometimes I forget, and then I watch like a music-related thing, and I think a song... So sometimes like I'll hear a song and be like, that song's slowed down. It's like, no, you heard it for the first time sped up, actually. Number 7. 7, yes. What would you A, think, B, say, C, do if tarot suddenly didn't exist? It's a weird hypothetical. I would think, what the hell has happened? I would say, oh shit. What I would do is be sad. I don't know how to respond to that. Cool. 8. Do you use tarot apps? I don't. I've been kind of intrigued by that one. I can't remember what it's called, but the one that has like tons of decks you can choose from. But when I get emails from Seventh Sphere, those folks, and I'm kind of tempted to get theirs, but I don't know if that's the name of the app. Anyway, I for a little while I had one on my phone so that if I really needed a reading, I could like grab one. But I found that I'm not usually that. I haven't gotten to the point. Maybe I would download one if I do get to the point where I'm somebody who just like randomly wants to consult the cards about specific urgent things. But I tend to be more, it's like philosophical or spiritual, almost like therapy, where like I come, I sit down with the cards, I have a session. It's not necessarily long, but like I don't need it on the go so much, so I don't have an app right now on my phone. 9, favorite thing about the tarot community. Just bunch of really interesting, thoughtful people, friendly, welcoming, and I think like you have to look for this, but I appreciate the diversity of voices that are out there, especially when it comes to deck creators. I found that like the decks in some ways are almost like more diverse than the folks who are on, so I don't know if there's any particular reason for that. But I've been able to find, folks of color, queer folks, etc., who are doing tarot, and talking about it, and I enjoy that. 10 tarot video ideas. Well, if I told you my video ideas, then no, it's a spoiler. No. I do have a tag idea that I'm going to post at some point. 11, who do you tag? I tag you. You watching this right now. Do this hashtag. It is hashtag TarotTube. You can find the questions at Inspiring Alien Creations. And that is all.